Hey guys, Brian PS4 Trophies, and I'm back in Uncharted 4, and a lot of people have been asking me about the Swordmaster Trophy. They've been saying, hey Brian, why don't you have a guide for this? And a lot of people have been asking me, hey, what's the final hidden trophy in the game? And it is this trophy, and you get it for perfectly parrying Rafe in the sword fight without getting slashed or stabbed. Now, I intentionally did not upload this video a week ago. I uploaded all my Uncharted videos the night before the release of the game. So I intentionally did not upload this one because I wanted you guys to play through the game, get to this section, and kind of experience it without the spoilers that are involved here. Because this takes place in Chapter 22. Now, because I kind of held this back a week, I know it's not going to be a video that YouTube is going to rank pretty high in its search results. So that's perfect because I know the people who are watching this video are most likely my audience, and that's going to give me a chance to kind of talk to you guys kind of personally here. And what I'm going to do is talk you through the trophy here real quick in the beginning, and then I'm just going to kind of give you my final thoughts, kind of like a little mini review, my final thoughts on the game. Maybe ask the question, is this the final Uncharted game? Of course, I don't know the answer to that. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity to do that. Now, as far as the trophy, let's just go ahead and set this up real quick. Again, it's called Swordmaster. It's the final hidden trophy in the list, and you have to avoid getting slashed or stabbed through this entire fight. So do a chapter select on Chapter 22. Put it on Explorer difficulty. On Explorer difficulty, you're going to have a bigger window to dodge attacks left and right than if you do it on Crushing. Crushing, or any harder difficulty, the timing window is so small. So you're going to have to hit the triangle button to dodge left, and you're going to have to hit the circle button to dodge right, or to parry once you get the sword a little bit later on. Now this is going to be fairly easy on the Explorer difficulty, especially since there are no such things as inputting the wrong button. So you got to hit triangle or circle, but if you tap both of them back and forth, just real fast, left and right, use 2 fingers, 2 thumbs, and you just kind of alternate back and forth between those 2 buttons as fast as you can, you're going to input the wrong button and the correct button, and the game is only going to register the correct input. It doesn't, again, there's no penalty for the wrong command. So you can play through this literally blindfolded, just tap those 2 buttons back and forth, except you have a couple moments where you're going to have to hit the square button to punch back and attack back. So, I mean, you're going to have to pay attention. Just don't willy-nilly watch TV or something else during this fight. So that's really it. You can also put the game in slow motion mode in the bonuses, assuming you've already completed the game. Put the game in slow motion mode. It's going to just give you an incredibly large window. It's going to make it very easy, especially on Explorer difficulty. Now there is a section here at the very end of this where you're going to be lying on the ground, and Sam is going to slide over a sword. And at that point, the actual timing window is very small, so putting it on slow motion mode there may help. Now, if at any point you do get slashed or stabbed, immediately hit the options button and restart checkpoint. There are several checkpoints throughout this encounter, so you can just restart checkpoint and continue on, keep trying over and over and over again, and you'll still get the trophy. The trophy, by the way, will pop once you're swimming out, leaving the ship, so it's not going to be immediately after this fight. So, having said that, let's go ahead and just kind of talk about my experience with Uncharted 4. I got the game about a week before it came out. Sony was kind enough to send me a review code for the game. And I played through the game many times because I had to find all 193 collectibles on my own. So I played through a lot of levels over and over, a lot of sections looking for the collectibles. Now, thankfully, they have a good collectible tracker in this game, so it tells you which chapters each of the collectibles are at. Unlike The Last of Us, where if you were missing an optional conversation, which is a type of collectible in that game, as well as this game, you can tell the influence on The Last of Us, definitely, especially with the collectibles. But if you were missing one in The Last of Us, you had no idea where in the game it was, and it didn't help that the trophy was bugged. But here, I spent a long time looking for it, and I do got to give a shout out to Greg Miller over at Kinda Funny. He did provide one of the collectible or treasure locations in a early preview demo he did. So big shout out to Greg, I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. And as far as the game, it's a 10 out of 10. It's the PlayStation 4's best game by far. It is. I mean, it's Naughty Dog. I mean, did we really think it wasn't going to be? So, I mean, that's getting a lot of 9 and 10 review scores. I would give it a 10. If I was on Metacritic, that would be right there. I don't do reviews, obviously, but it is an awesome game. I loved every second of it. There's a heavy influence of The Last of Us on here. I mean, in addition to the collectibles, which obviously is very similar, but the AI, your AI companion, is really scripted just like The Last of Us. In fact, I'm pretty sure it shares the same code. In fact, it's even a little bit better. In The Last of Us, Ellie would just kind of randomly start running out in combat and kind of running around. In this game, your AI companion is very competent and very useful in combat as well. Now, the conversations, dialogue, how you start talking, and then if you go run away and then come back, the conversation will continue, so you don't miss anything. The writing is amazing. Graphically, holy shit, this game is beautiful, obviously. Now, you might not see it on a YouTube video, but I'm assuming most of you guys have this game, so you know it is probably the best looking PlayStation game ever. Now, the question is there going to be another Uncharted game? Well, there's not going to be an Uncharted game developed by Naughty Dog. I truly believe them when they say that this is Nathan Drake's final story told by them. And I say told by them because Sony actually owns this IP. If Sony wanted to do a development of a yearly Uncharted game, they can do it. They own the IP, so they can send it to Studio A, Studio B, whoever, and they can just pump out Uncharted games until the end of time. Naughty Dog themselves, they're probably done with the series. So if another Uncharted game comes out later down the road, and you can see here, by the way, as soon as I get the sword here, I'm putting it on slow motion mode just to make this section easier, because it does pick up speed here. Again, if you do get hit, restart checkpoint. So we're not going to see another Uncharted game from Naughty Dog, and I'm okay with that. They're going to work on The Last of Us 2. They're going to probably eventually do a new IP, and I'm really excited to see what they can do, because they are by far the single-handedly best studio ever, at least for the PlayStation. Without a doubt, the storytelling and everything is amazing. In fact, this Uncharted is only one of 2 games where I didn't even care about the actual action in the game, which there is by far less action as far as like shooting and everything than previous Uncharted game. I was more just engrossed and involved with the story itself. I couldn't wait for the cutscenes to start, and I got sad when the cutscenes ended. The only time that's ever happened to me was The Last of Us. So it's definitely heavily influenced by The Last of Us, but there we go. I'm going to turn off slow motion because at this point we have completed the requirements for the Swordmaster Trophy. Again, the trophy is not going to pop immediately. It's going to be about a minute and a half later when you're swimming outside. And I want you guys, if you could, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. Tell me your thoughts on the game. What do you think? Do you think this is the best PlayStation 4 game? So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And one final shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.